Hello everybody! So this week I've decided to make things a little bit more structured in the video. I'm gonna have a personal part where I talk about things that happen to me, social section where, well, I talk about how I try to be more social in life, then a seeing the city section where I can take you around the city a little bit and show you what I've seen, and then a section where I talk about work things and what I might be up to during the week. Yeah, let's start now, once these bells have stopped. They do this every hour, and every half hour there's like a dong, and it starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. First, I'm going to start with the Workwise section, where I talk about what I'm doing work related during the week. So this week I helped out with the main study that I'm going to be working on, which is an EEG study looking at if music therapy helps sleep onset insomnia patients to fall asleep easier. So to do this, we get the patients to come into the lab and to listen to music for half an hour while they are in a bed. And while we're doing that, we're measuring their brain activity via EEG. And then they go home for 4 weeks, to listen to the music at home. And then they come back and we have like questionnaires to ask, did it help better? And then we're going to do the 30 minutes EEG lying in bed again, because we want to see if there's a difference in the brain activities when listening to music for those who it would maybe work, as in they get to sleep better, and those that it won't work better, maybe they react differently to the music. So that's also what we want to see. So this week I was one of the test subjects for this experiment, so I got set up with an EEG and got to lie in a bed for half an hour listening to music. That's my week at work. Look closely at that cupboard. So this is where they do behavioral testing. This is where we will be sitting running the experiment. And this is where we'll be doing the experiment, in this lovely bed. You know, I said look at the cupboard. Well, the cupboard turns into the bed. Pretty cool, huh? Get set up for the EEG. Lovely clothes. So the EEG itself went well, I would say. The signal was fine. The only thing is, during the EEG, they lost my heart rate, so that's sad. But it was just a faulty cable or something. I'm still alive, it will be good to know. Otherwise, I did other stuff during the week, work-wise, but it's not super important, so I'm not going to discuss it until it is more interesting. So then we're going to talk about the social activities that I may have done during this past week. So just walking through the actual university campus, which is very green and quite a nice place to be, I would say. I just went to an information meeting about Danish classes that I could be taking, so hopefully I'll be doing that. You do need to pay a crazy large deposit that you can get back if you pass the test, so it's sort of free. So I need to decide if I want to do that or not, but I think I really do, because yeah, I like languages. This also seems to be the place where the actual classes are. There was a sign there saying biology there. Pretty nice building, huh? Yeah, molecular biology and genetics. Spelling, huh? I'm also on my way to an event, or a place that's called the Clothing Club, which I found on Facebook, and what I think is it is a place where people go and borrow clothes, so you can take them and wear them a bit and then bring them like just borrow clothes basically, and they're gonna do also show a film about clothes waste, I think. So we'll see how that is. I walked here and absolutely could not find the building we were supposed to be in. I thought we were in, well, place number 7, so I knocked on the door of the people and they were like, nope, we've never heard of this place. Luckily, some girl saw me walking around looking very confused, and she was also looking around confused about where to go. So we walked on a bit and came into what's behind me, an old hospital, and it was really empty and there's nobody around, and it was a little creepy, you know. It's just a big building. But eventually we found the place that we were supposed to be, so that's cool. And they showed us films about the waste cycle and what happens in landfills, which is all quite interesting. And I've put I'll put that link to the website that we talked about on in the description below. So yeah, fun. They are still going. They stopped, and then 10 minutes later they started again. I don't know what they're doing. It's not really any specific time. They just decided to bong. I don't know. So the clothing club was a nice thing to go to, but I left earlier than I left earlier because I just got a little stressed with how close everybody was with each other, and I didn't feel like people were socially distancing and people were speaking very with their faces close to me, and it just makes me feel a little uncomfortable. So yeah, I prefer to be safe than to be with people. So yeah, I left. Now I'm going to talk about seeing the city, because this week I finally got a bike, and it made me so happy. Yeah, once you live in the Netherlands and you understand what it's like to have a bike, then you miss it a lot. So I'm very happy that I have my bike. Vicky's on a bike. Oh, Vicky's on a bike. See, there's an island, and there's another thing in the distance, and I'm on a bike. I found a beach, and that's Aarhus over there, standing in the middle of the water. Well, not really, sort of. It's the sea completed the water. It's not the warmest water in the world. I was so happy when I got my bike. I just got on my bike and I just cycled off into the distance, and it turned out to be a pretty good little trip, I would say. So now I'm going to talk to you about all this stuff that happens to me personally. So this is me in bed at about 9:10 on a Monday evening doing a crossword puzzle. Not exactly what people have in mind when they think about student life. Another exciting thing that happened this week, well, I find it exciting, it's not super exciting, but I bought 2 berets. So I've been experimenting with how to wear them because I don't want to look a complete doofus. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Watching these the most. And I also made a Victoria sponge cake. I don't think that you can say that you've lived in a country until you've tried to make a dessert from your home country in said new country, because, you know, it always turns out slightly different, but, you know, still how it's supposed to be. But the reason why I am doing this, making this cake, will only be revealed next week when we actually do what we needed to do with the cake. So, exciting what will come next. And the last interesting thing that I did is that I started sewing again, and I started small, and I have made a rather large either plate or cup coaster out of an old bedsheet and the inside of my pillow because my pillow is a little bit too large, so I took some of its stuffing out and put it in here, and I think it works pretty well. Not quite finished, as you can see. So that brings us to the end of week 2 already. I hope you liked this video. Tell me if you want to see more stuff, and I hope to see you next week. So I wish you all a very good coming week. Bye!